Good morning and welcome to The Breakfast Show. I'm here with the man whose story proves that no matter the difficulty in life, you can achieve anything you desire if you put your heart into it. Let's meet that miracle man.
Thank you. My name is Leslie Tikotikoca. I'm a youth from the village of the province of the Kondrobi, village of Vuna, island of Taviuni. I stay at Colombo Housing with my family and I work for access to justice for Fiji Disabled People's Federation.
You are a para-athlete that has took part in numerous events. Could you shed some light on the events that you have participated in?
For para sports, I've completed in the Melanesian Games where I won gold in javelin, the Oceania Championships, the Darwin Championships, and the South Pacific Games.
But javelin is not the only sport that you have participated in, right?
There are many sports I've participated on javelin and on shot put, also in archery.
So was sports something that you took interest in since your school days?
Well, I'll start when I was at primary school. I was very athletic. I took part in rugby. I really loved rugby. But as I joined high school, it was quite different because I had my accident when I was in primary school. So I was not given the opportunity to take part. But that never stopped me from trying to get into sports. I joined the Marista First Aid, so I can just be closer to sports where I can see athletes and help them if they're injured.
I believe there was an incident that changed your life. Would you like to share your story with us?
Thank you. I got injured at December 4th, 2002. I stepped on the live wire. It burned my leg, broke two of my left ribs, snapped two of my left veins, cracked my cheekbone, and it cracked my skull. So I was unconscious. My colleague went and asked for help. The first two persons that saw me just walked past. The third person that saw me took me to hospital. From then till now, I haven't met that person yet, face to face. So I was calling my guardian angel. I was told I could not talk anymore. My left hand is dead, and I had only 2 weeks to live. So long story short, I was taken to overseas where I went over numerous operations and spent 5 months in hospital.
How would you say the incident changed your life?
It really changed my life or the career path I wanted to have. Because when I was at primary school, I wanted to be a pilot, a police officer, and a Navy. But that all ended because when I woke up on Christmas Eve, they amputated my leg. Because I suffered from bone marrow cancer. On Christmas Day, I found my leg was amputated. So that was a dark Christmas for me. And at that time, I could not talk like how we're talking now. I was taught how to talk again. My left hand was dead. So I went through a stage where depression, and you get through a lot of dark thoughts, of dark emotions. But I'm so still thankful that I managed to overcome through support of family and of faith.
How and what made you get into javelin? Out of all the sports, javelin. How did that happen?
I got into javelin when I got introduced to the organization of the Fiji Disabled People's Federation. I didn't know anything about sports actually on the para sports. So when I started working for Fiji Disabled People's Federation, I always looked to the office, I looked to the side, I always see the Fiji para sports. That's where Ilas and Dalano is. So I started asking around if I could take part. Then they started training me on javelin, but at the time there was no proper coaches for javelin, for much coaches for para athletes. So what I always used to do is a lot of research. It was this pure determination in the will to take part. So I watched on YouTube, and I just practiced at the cassava patch at home, and my brothers and my cousins that come, we always practice together on the sasa or even the mop. So that's what really got me into joining javelin, and to be a part of that team, it was really good.
You have much success in respected mini games, Pacific Games, Oceania Games. Any plans for the Paralympics?
that is the pinnacle of all sports for us in para-athletics, the Paralympic Games. But with the sport, it comes together with its challenges. The accessibility and how people can coach persons with disabilities, and that's what we face hard. For as myself, to find someone to train with and to accept me for the way I am now, it's quite hard. They judge by appearance, so we don't get that a lot. But I think the condition is not your conclusion. So I tell that to myself, and I will, I can, I must. And I'm thankful for the motivation that is given from home. Because without those motivation, it has really carved the man I am today. Yes, I went through a lot of negative experience in my life, where I get teased when I was training. You get pushed around, you get talked about, but it never stopped me from being consistent in my training. When I was training in my area, they used to laugh because we stay at a barracks. They're like, "Oh, why you running? Look at your leg," and so on. And sometimes words really hurt, and it really gives a scar. But through my faith in believing that our Savior Jesus Christ fell 3 times and the third day rose up again, it gave me a purpose. Each day I woke up, that I had to rise up on whatever challenges and obstacles are there. I'm there to achieve or dominate or to be part of.
Of all the games that you've participated in, what's your most favorite or the most memorable moment that you can remember?
Well, there is quite a lot. I'll go to the first one. I won the gold medal. I was really excited. I was so happy. I didn't even know, because I started to look at myself and had that self-belief that I've achieved something that was really hard in achieving in the first place, or even getting there in the first place, due to a lot of stigma I received from the past. But I was happy with myself. So when they told me you won the gold medal, I was like, nah, that's not me. I was really happy. So, but I didn't know how to act to win the gold medal. Do I wave to the people? Do they call me? So when they were telling me to go to the podium, I was quite shy, because that time I hadn't built self-confidence. But knowing that I've won, it created that self-belief in me that whatever you put your mind into, just face down and plow forward, you can achieve.
But javelin is like, it's not the only sport that you've won medals in, right?
I've also won a silver medal in archery. So I think that all comes through where you dig deep. It's been consistent in training and be truthful to your training, because at times you'll get to train alone. There's no one there around you to be with, but always the only competition is the reflection of the mirror. So I always train to be the very best I am. So when I go, because I've experienced that, I don't want to go in my deathbed and look back, if only I could do this. I want to achieve what I put my mind into.
You are associated with a group of people that engage with and help disabled citizens. Is this something you're passionate about?
I work for the Fiji Disabled People's Federation for the Access to Justice. This is where we go out to communities and outreach them for the rights of persons with disabilities that has been passed by the Fijian government, and also to work together with the legal services of understanding about persons with disabilities. If we look around our community, if I'll ask you, do you see it inclusive for persons with disabilities? Is it accessible for persons with disabilities? And if it's a no, then what are ways that we can work together on? So it's my passion, because when I had my disability, it was really hard for me to go out to community. And most persons with disabilities, they face a lot of emotional pain, mental illness, and depression, and a lot. And I have a passion where I'm really thankful that I'm being part of the team to go out and enlighten my brothers and sisters and let them know your disability is not a disability, it's just your ability. We just have different abilities. Even though we are scars, we are being scarred of our disability, but we can turn our scars into stars. And it's something I always let people know, never to give up. Always be push forward and always be strong.
You've seen dark days and numerous hardships in life. What is your source of motivation? Like, what keeps you going during all these hard times? What kept you going?
On my dark days, it was very hard for me. That's where I isolate myself. That's where I had my depression moment, which I really, it's hard for me to put it into words. It was really difficult at the time to be rejected, to not be understood, not to, when you want to talk to people, but yet they still judge on your disability. So it was kind of hard. What motivated me was the words my parents always say. And they always tell me, I can, I will, I must. Because at the time I got my leg amputated, this is what my dad said, but I'll say it in Fijian. They said, "Kapitani ni wanga vina kandulo renga ngonin raida. Ona moeda vada vonu muanga moeda vonua." Simply means in English, a good captain of a ship is tested during stormy weathers. How will you navigate your boat to reach land? So it took a lot of time for me. It was not just like a switch of a decision. I accept myself. I had to really dig deep and to understand the purpose I'm living. And what really motivated me as much was also faith. Because when there was no one there I could turn to, there was the cross I could bear on. So, like I mentioned, he fell 3 times, blamed for the wrong reasons. I blamed people. Why did they hit that lamppost? He was sworn at, and with that, I blamed people. Why they look at me differently when I walk? Why they tease me? I was in an accident. But he rose up on the 3rd day, and they told me whatever difficulties I'm facing, I will still rise up, whatever is coming my way. For people that are going through, they are not alone. They're not alone. And first of all, thing you need to understand is to accept yourself first. Self-love, and don't look for love from outside. First, you have to love yourself the way you are and the person you are. And if you need help, there's also organizations there. But if they also have to share, but I'll say it's for me, it's faith. Faith is the answer. If it's not faith, then you have to be strong-minded. Once you're strong-minded and you're strong-willed, the enemy is outside. Once you conquer the enemy within, then there's no enemy outside that you can stop. But first, you have to accept yourself the way you are in the situation you are, and be more determined. Be the boss of yourself. If you say you want to do it, achieve it. Like I mentioned, if it's hard, face down, plow forward. Don't give up. You are born for a reason. You are woken up for this day for a reason, and never give up. Like I say, your scars, turn them into stars. Because at the end of the day, only you are the captain of your ship and no one else. So I want to reach land. I don't want to be in that stormy area.
Well, there you have it. Mr. Tikotikoca is the embodiment that no difficulty in life is too great, and you can achieve anything you desire if you put your mind to it. I'm Moaz Khan for The Breakfast Show. Have a blessed week.